Hi, my name is Mark Keene, and I'm going to give you a quick introductory on our P1500 pump. This is a very, very popular pump. We sell these all over the world, actually some pretty good quantities. But the reason it's so popular is it is such a very high quality pump. And then it's probably one of the lightest, most compact, most durable pumps on the industry because it performs extremely well. One of these will power an 8-inch dredge like you've never seen before. Two of them will power a super high powered 8 or 10-inch dredge. So it's a very, very popular pump. So today I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you how we build the pump. See why we have such a high quality manufacturing. In fact, you can see behind me, we do all our own machining. Everything is built right here in our facility here in Chatsworth, California. And behind me, you should be able to see some of our CNC equipment. We have a Haas mill and a Haas lathe. The whole machine is built right here. All right, I'm going to show you what the inside of the pump looks like. I'll go through some of the basic components. This is your main back plate for the pump, okay, or your pedestal mount. You'll also notice we have a couple Zerk fittings in here, and that's so you can grease the pump. But we'll get into that in greater depth later. But you've got the pedestal pump, you have your main shaft, you have your two bearings, you have your bearing spacer, you have a shaft sleeve. These are a couple retainer rings we have to hold the shaft into place. This is your impeller, this is the water pump seal, and this is your actual housing. You'll notice on the housing, this is kind of a new addition to our pump. We've actually machined in a 5-inch cam lock fitting in the intake of the pump. That allows you to quickly remove your foot valves and reconnect it, and this way it eliminates any possible water leaks, things like that, for sucking in. So now you understand what's inside the pump. We're going to show you how to put it together.
We're going to put the pedestal bearing assembly together. First I'm going to put the retainer ring on the shaft. Then I'm going to put the first bearing on. And we're going to press it down onto the shaft. I'm going to use a retainer Loctite 609. This is a retaining glue, very, very high strength. It will not come off unless you heat it with a torch.
So you got to heat it up to get it off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't need very much.
All right. By the way, this is Ronnie. He's been my machinist for about the last 45 years.
Yes.
Not the new kid on the block.
We're going to go down just a couple inches, and then we're going to put the final all assembly on and do it all at once.
Now, Ron, do you have to have a press to do it? You can do it by hand too, can't you?
Not really. It's a 1,000th press, and it takes a little bit of power.
Does it?
Okay. Good, maybe with a medium-sized arbor press.
Okay.
So now we're going to back up, and we're going to put the remaining parts on. This is the bearing spacer, and the other bearing with the seal. With the seals that we took off the bearings earlier, you want to face them both inward.
Okay, perfect. A little more Loctite.
Just on this end. And we're going to press it down to the shoulder and stop.
All right. All right, so you're done pressing it in. It stopped at that shoulder, right?
Right. Now we're ready to insert it into the pedestal pump.
All right. So it just butts up right against the bearing there, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Locks in. There you go.
Cool.
Now it cannot come off.
All right.
Retainer Loctite 609 again into the pedestal housing for the bearings so they cannot move.
Let me see how much you put in there, right? Flip the... Are you going to rotate it? Okay. Fair amount then. Okay, got it.
We're slipping the shaft in. We're going to set the tolerance now on the impeller.
Okay. Do they always go in that smooth? You have to press them in.
No, these go in slip.
They go in pretty easy?
This is a slip.
Okay.
Now we're putting the retainer on the bearing, and we are now going to set the bearing depth. And I just snug down the Allen socket, just snug for right now. I'm going to assemble the impeller with the bearing impeller, with the impeller spacer.
Okay. Now that spacer is stainless steel, isn't it?
Yes, and it's good. It'll last the lifetime of the pump.
All right. By the way, we do offer a stainless steel shaft as well for you guys who are in saltwater conditions.
Lock down your impeller onto the stainless steel shaft.
Okay.
Bushing. Now I'm going to lock it down onto the shaft, which I use my lathe to do it with.
But you can do it with a vise or anything if you had to.
You can do it with a vise.
Cool.
And that's it. It's
Tighten
locked.
it. Okay.
Now we're going to put the housing on it, bolt the housing on it, and then we're going to set the tolerance on the front of the impeller here to the housing.
Okay, that makes sense. How many have you built of these in your lifetime, Ronnie?
Oh, hundreds.
Probably thousands, Ronnie. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're doing here.
This is the only sure way of
setting your tolerances?
Setting your tolerances, because these tolerances on this pump are very tight. Maybe 10,000.
Wow.
2 bolts is fine to bolt the housing.
Now I would do all that stuff by hand for the average customer, but
now,
you got your gun all pre-set up.
Shoot down inside here
Okay.
now. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set that tolerance down in there.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
We're going to set it with about 10 thousandths, which I know is an eyeball for you.
Well, I know you can figure it out.
They could probably use
put a piece of paper or something in there?
A thick business card.
Okay. Okay, so you loosen up a little bit.
There she is. Then we'll turn the shaft now to check. Here you go.
All right.
Here's
so that's
your
about 10,000 clearance,
10,
you estimate?
10,000.
Right on, dude.
Now, I'm going to disassemble it to put the final assembly together again.
All right. All right, this is one of the new things we're doing also. We actually put a groove in the back side of the shaft, which is right up against the bearing. That way the bearing never has an opportunity to slip out. Again, if you got an old pump, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. But this is just an extra step we do to keep the quality up.